Hey everyone, Rosbowski here, and welcome to another Five Nights at Freddy's 3 video. Today, everyone, we're going to be talking about the timeline. The Five Nights at Freddy's lore is so delicious. It is basically like a truffle of the gaming world. The lore is fantastic, and we need a timeline to piece all the bits of information we have got together. Now that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 has been out for a week, we've been able to put all the information from the three games together, and I think I've come up with a pretty badass timeline. So let's start at the very beginning, guys. In the beginning, there was Fredbear's Family Diner, a small location with just two animatronics. We have got Golden Freddy and we have got Spring Bonnie, which now, thanks to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we know as Spring Trap. In this location, we have the inciting incident, the very first murder that would spark off the rest of this fantastic story. Outside there is a child wanting in, and unfortunately for the child, you don't get to see him get cake because a purple man comes and kills this poor little child. As we know from the minigame in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, this child eventually inhabits the puppet, and the puppet brings life to the rest of the animatronics. Fredbear's Family Diner unfortunately has to shut down, presumably because of this kid's murder. The reputation is left in tatters, and it is bought over by another company. Let's move forward to the next location. We've got the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. It's all brought up to date. We have got 4 new animatronics. We have got Freddy, we have got Chica, we have got Bonnie, and we have got Foxy. Technically, there are only 2 new animatronics, but the other 2, Freddy and Bonnie, have been given revamped looks. And Spring Bonnie and Golden Freddy are perhaps in the background, maybe used for special occasions. What we do know, however, somewhere around about this time, or maybe slightly before, we learn that a sister location is in effect, and we can no longer use the Golden Freddy and the Spring Bonnie suits because of a malfunction with the spring lock mechanisms. In the sister location, something happened where an employee was inside one of the suits, and the spring mechanism failed, killing the person inside. So the Spring Bonnie and Golden Freddy suits are retired and put away into storage. Now, so we've got the 4 main animatronics out front: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Plus the puppet. The puppet is in here as well. Now, the purple man is hired. He has got a bloodlust for the children. Whether he was part of Fredbear's Diner or not, we don't really know, but he's definitely some sort of guard in the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In his time here, he uses the Spring Bonnie suit to lure the children away and kill them. He takes them off to the safe room, as we've seen in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and he kills them. There are no guards in there, there are no cameras in there, and the animatronics can't go inside there, so there are no witnesses. This guy gets away with killing 5 children. Now, the puppet, seeing his potential friends or feels sorry for the rest of the children because they're in the same position as him, decides to put their souls to use. He puts them inside Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. So now we have got 6 potential robots or animatronics seeking vengeance against this purple man. This is shown in the Give Them Life minigame. Now, this location closes because of the foul smell. The bodies have been hidden inside these suits. Thanks to the purple man, that's the way he gets rid of the bodies. He stuffs them inside the animatronics. There is a complaint of bad smell and odor, etc., etc., and this place is closed down, especially because of all the rumors of children going missing at this location. That's going to destroy a company's reputation. Children have gone missing. There's been murders at the location. The bodies aren't found, but that's still going to ruin the reputation. The place closes down. Let's move forward to 1987, the grand reopening, and the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 game is in place here. The reputation is still probably pretty bad, but they've decided to pump a lot of money into this new establishment. They want it to go well this time, and they have got the brand new animatronics. They bring the old animatronics in from the previous location, which are got the bodies inside, and they use these old animatronics for spare parts. They build the new animatronics with this in mind. The remodeled versions have got a criminal database inside it. Why, might you ask, have they have criminal database inside? Because they suspect one of their employees, or at least somebody that comes into the establishment, is a murderer. It's sort of a failsafe here. They have got all this technology in place so that they needed to do something, basically, because five children dying in your location is a very, very bad thing. So these new animatronics have got this inside them. The old animatronics are still going to wonder about the location because they've still got the souls of the children inside, and something happens. One of the yellow suits is used again, and they're not acting right anymore. And then Bite of 87 occurs, where somebody has the frontal lobe bitten out. Nobody dies from this, but it is another serious incident happening in one of their restaurants, and unfortunately, the location closes down. The reputation of this place is absolutely in tatters, and 1987, or very close to that, the location closes down. Next up, we have got the third location. The events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 happen here, and the Freddy's Fazbear location reopens with a much smaller budget. They blew a lot of the money trying to relive in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, bring these new software recognition things and stuff into the toy animatronics, and that just didn't really work out. So the old animatronics are rebuilt. Obviously, their vengeful souls are still inside them. We get the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1, including the phone guy dying in the Night 4 phone message. Rip my sweet, sweet phone friend. He dies here, and unfortunately that means that we are brought in. Now, this location again closes down because the suits are, at this point, the suits must be absolutely foul. They reek of death. The whole bodies have been decomposing and they just smell of death. There's mucus coming from the eyes, etc., and it just doesn't look good. So this being a health and safety risk, especially in a food establishment, the place closes down once again. They're really not having any luck here, are they? Now, in between the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we get some very, very useful information. If we have a look at the mini-games in between the nights in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we will see Purple Freddy leading off each animatronic to its death. Now, if we analyze each one of these mini-games, we can assume that the purple man is inside Purple Freddy. Whether he's inside the golden Freddy suit and it's just purple to show that the purple man is inside it, or it's actually a Purple Freddy suit is not too clear. However, we do know it's the purple man inside it. He's come back to destroy the evidence. He knows where the children's bodies are stashed in the beloved old characters of Foxy, Chica, etc. And he needs to get rid of that evidence because it links him to the murders. So over the nights of 1 to 4, he destroys the animatronics one by one. By the time we get to the 5th night, all of the children's souls have been freed from these animatronics, and now they are in a ghost-like form. We know these minigames are after the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 because the animatronics are broken, they've been destroyed, and they can no longer be used by the spirits. So the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 couldn't have happened if the Purple Man had already returned and destroyed the suit. So we know it's in between these two games. Now, on the 5th night, we see the ghosts of the children following the Purple Man up to the safe room where he has been murdering all those poor little kids. The spirits trap him inside, the 4 of them, plus the 5th that we are playing with at the time, and this freaks the Purple Man out. He is scared at whether these spirits are going to kill him or what they are up to, and his salvation, his idea for safety is to jump inside Springtrap. He knows full well that using an animatronic suit will get him to safety. They will trust him, just like when he used the Golden Freddy suit to lure the children before, just like when he used the Purple Freddy suit to lure the animatronics to their doom. He knows if he gets inside Springtrap or Spring Bonnie, he will be safe. However, as he starts to laugh in victory, he dies due to a spring mechanism failure and crushes him inside, killing him. He dies. He is no longer there, or so we think. Now, this is when the spirits fade away. They fade into the ether. They finally go up to heaven or wherever they are. They're kind of at peace at this point because their whole reason for staying on the planet is gone now. The Purple Man is dead. Their vengeance has been filled and their appetite for revenge has been sated. However, the Purple Man is not dead yet, as we see in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So this is when we come to the Fazbear horror attraction, Fazbear Frights. And on the first night, we see no sign of Springtrap. We just get the phone dude telling us that they're on the hunt. There is a man that knows of secret rooms in the past restaurants. Now, in night 2, the phone dude come back and says, we have found an original animatronic, one that has been around for a long time. They have found Spring Bonnie sealed away in one of the establishments. This is when the events of Five Nights at Freddy's kick in, really, as we see Springtrap. The Purple Man is inside, and he is after revenge. He has found a way to carry on murdering whilst being dead, yet alive. It's a crazy mixed up thing. He's like a zombie inside it. He has now got the same power that the rest of the animatronics had, or the rest of the children had at least, and he is ready for murder. Let's skip ahead to night 6 now. Night 6, the nightmare night. Once we complete this night, we find out that the building has been burned down. Whether this is due to faulty wiring or foul play. Maybe somebody's trying to hide even more evidence. Maybe the original phone guy, who knows if he's still alive, or the phone dude is covering up even more mistakes. Bringing Springtrap back into here and seeing him function the way the rest of them did, that is a liability, so I would burn the shit down. So either way, the building has been burned down. A couple of items have been kept aside, potentially for some auctioning off. Whether this means it's the end of the franchise or not, who knows? But if we do highlight that newspaper article, we will see behind Toy Freddy Springtrap lying on its side. Is Springtrap still alive? Who knows? Scott's leaving himself open for some more games, which is absolutely okay with me. But there we go! That is the timeline from beginning to end with all the information that I could find and piece together. Hopefully you agree with me on this. I have done my best to try and fit every single little bit of detail I can into this. I'm not going into too much speculation. I've just sort of went with the things that we know as or as close to fact as we could at this point in time. I really had fun putting all this together. It's nice. It's nice putting together a timeline of the whole story because it's such a juicy lore and background that really just gets your mind working and ticking over, and I really like doing this kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed it today as well. If you did, then please hit that like button. It really, really is appreciated. And then drop your comments in the comment section below about what you think, where about bits in the timeline you might think are different. I love reading them all. Either way though, guys, I've been Razbowski, you've been the beautiful bastards as always for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!